Between Artemis 2, the Artemis 3 crew announcement, and the recent solar eclipse, I think it's fair to say that the moon has been the subject of our interest this year. And that's not going to change anytime soon. In fact, tonight, there's going to be a lunar eclipse visible across the Americas and parts of Europe and Africa. Yeah, you heard me right. Tonight! August 27th, 2026. But before you go out and observe this very special astronomical event, let's talk all things lunar eclipse. What's actually happening? Why does the moon turn red? And how can you best observe this eclipse? My name is Julia. I am one of your astronomers for Orbital Edge, and this is your Launch and Learn for August 27th, 2026. Okay, first of all, what is a lunar eclipse? We know that during a solar eclipse, the moon is positioned between the Earth and the sun, blocking the sun in our sky, revealing the sun's stunning corona. During a lunar eclipse, the Earth is positioned between the moon and the sun, and the Earth casts a shadow onto the moon. As the moon enters this shadow, part of the lunar surface becomes dark. When the moon is fully in this shadow, it almost appears red, sometimes being called a blood moon. But don't worry, it is not a sign that the world is ending, and it is not an omen of death. It's science! Some sunlight still gets around the Earth, and it passes through our atmosphere before being cast onto the moon. Now, our atmosphere scatters short wavelengths of light, like blues and purples, so only the reds and the oranges actually make it out into space. This is called Rayleigh scattering, and it's also why our sky is blue. Anyway, the red light dimly illuminates the lunar surface, making the entire moon appear this gorgeous, coppery red color. Trust me, it is something you want to see. So let's talk about how to observe it. Now, since the moon orbits the Earth at an angle relative to the plane of the Earth's equator, sometimes it doesn't get completely covered by the shadow. In fact, most of the time it completely misses, which is why we don't see a lunar eclipse every time there's a full moon. Tonight's eclipse is one of the ones that isn't going to get completely covered, making it a partial eclipse rather than a total eclipse. But do not fret. East of Chicago, in the Americas, the Earth's shadow will still cover about 96% of the moon. But even as far west as California, and in Europe and Africa, you'll still be able to catch a little bit of shadow on the lunar surface. The partial phase of the eclipse begins at 10:33 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Maximum coverage, that 96% for us East Coasters, will occur at 12:12 a.m. on the 28th. But do not blink, because it'll be over by 12:13 a.m. Now, the amount of red you'll see will partly depend on the amount of dust and clouds in the sky, so I can't make any promises about the highly anticipated blood moon. But it's going to be incredible nonetheless, and I highly recommend getting out there to see it if you can. And please keep your fingers crossed for me that the skies will clear in upstate New York, because it is not looking good, and I want to see this too. And if you're watching this after the eclipse occurred, let us know in the comments if you were able to see anything, and if so, what exactly you saw. Again, my name is Julia, and I will catch you on the next level.